Good evening and welcome to the 2020 Mrs. Alaska America Pageant. I am your hostess this evening. My name is Christy Snoddy, co-director, along with my mother, Rita Corwin, who is the director of our Mrs. Alaska Pageant. I would like to give a sincere welcome to each and everyone present and following us online. What a year, right? We are coming to you live from the Hotel Captain Cook right here in the heart of Anchorage, Alaska. We, along with all of you, are practicing social distancing by following the municipal mandate requiring us to only have the contestants present in the ballroom along with our distinguished panel of judges. The ladies will not be wearing their masks while on stage and have been compliant by wearing as a wristband both before entering and upon exiting so we can remain healthy and safe along with all of you. Obviously, this is not our normal production this year because of COVID. However, we are thrilled to be here and so grateful to our judges and our contestants. They have stepped up to the challenge and we are proud of each and every one of them. We wanted to share that this would not have been possible without the support of the Hotel Captain Cook, Rochelle Edelin, and Lauren Dretzler. We have been working long, hard hours together to make this a reality during this very challenging time. We also want to extend our gratitude to John Bootsky of Talking Circle Media for doing our pageant video live for everybody to enjoy tonight. Tonight will be a night like none other. We will be celebrating everything that embodies a married woman. Strong, ambitious, driven, and real. You will be meeting 16 sensational women along with this year's reigning Mrs. Alaska America 2019, Serena Lee. I'd like to draw your attention to our big screen TV at the front of the room for your first introduction to this year's contestants. Wasn't that awesome? These ladies are your sisters, your daughters, your co-workers, and closest friends. They have worked very hard to get where they deserve to be seen throughout the entire evening. It is for this reason that we will not be having an elimination process. These ladies are all winners by their accomplishments they have brought to this program, and you will see throughout the rest of the night. However, this year, for the first time in history, we are going to have a twist. We actually will be crowning two winners. That's right. We will be announcing our 2020 Mrs. Alaska America and our newest title, Mrs. Alaska American. Both will go on to compete at the national competitions in Las Vegas, Nevada. This diverse group of women has made for a great weekend of fun and friendship. They've enjoyed several events that were all done safely while honoring social distancing, to include an afternoon at Allure Day Spa, lunches, compliments of Subway, Pita Pit, and Round Table Pizza. The ladies received their swag bag gifts totaling over $1,000 in goodies, to include custom teeth whitening from Alaska Premier Dental, earrings, Allure gift bags, Planet Beach spa services, jewelry, and the list goes on and on. Obviously, we are here to celebrate Alaska's women at their finest. But before we do that, I want to take a moment and introduce to you our reigning Mrs. Alaska America 2019, Serena Lee. We will be seeing more of her later, and I wanted to share this year, our pageant theme is the Kentucky Derby. They call it the Run for the Roses because at the finish line, the winner is cascaded with a wreath of roses, as will be our winners. Our pageant runway show will begin with our contestants modeling their Kentucky Derby hats and showing off their personalities. This portion has no bearing on the outcome of the pageant, other than our special award judges will be scoring them in order for an Alaska Top Model Award that will be given during our awards presentation. And now for our ladies in the opening number, starting with our reigning Mrs. Alaska America, Serena Lee.
Welcome to the 2020 Mrs. Alaska America Pageant. I am your reigning queen, Serena Lee.
Representing J-Bear in Anchorage, Alaska, married to my husband Josh for 15 years, I am contestant number 1, Melissa Barron.
Contestant number 2, Sabrina Conrad from Wasilla, Alaska. My husband Tim and I have been married 20 years.
My name is Leah Jean Corbett. I'm contestant number 3, married to Warren Corbett, representing North Pole, Alaska.
Contestant number 4, my name is Corinne Epperson, married to Chase for 2 years, and we live in Anchorage, Alaska.
Brielle Frazier, married to Wyatt Frazier, representing Anchorage, Alaska, contestant number 5.
Contestant number 6, Stormy Jensen. Lauren's married to Tony Jensen. We live in Eagle River, Alaska.
Contestant number 7, Jessica Johnson, married to Ryan Johnson, and we live in Wasilla, Alaska.
Representing Anchorage, Alaska, my husband Zach and I have been together for 9 years. I am contestant number 8, Hannah Lane.
Contestant number 9, Melissa Liebner, married to my husband Michael for 3 years from Anchorage, Alaska.
Good evening. Caitlin McClellan, contestant number 10. My husband and I have been married for 6 years. His name is John, and we make our home right here in Anchorage, Alaska.
Good evening, everyone. I am Deborah Morton, your Mrs. Contestant number 11. I am married to Jeffrey Morton for 16 years. We have 2 human children, 2 canine children, and 4 feline children. So as you can imagine, there is never a dull moment in our Eagle River home. I am your Mrs. Contestant number 11, Deborah Morton. Good evening. I'm your Mrs. Contestant number 12, Christian Mulkey. I've been married to my husband Logan for 5 years, and we make our home in Wasilla, Alaska.
Good evening. My name is Danielle Newcomb, and I am Mrs. Contestant number 13. My husband and I have been married for 6 years, and we reside in Anchorage, Alaska.
Good evening. I'm contestant number 14, Tammy Pageant. I reside in Wasilla, Alaska with my husband of 27 years, Chad Pageant.
Good evening. I'm Karen Waldron. I've been married to my supportive husband Dennis for 7 years, and we call Anchorage our home. Once again, I'm Karen Waldron, your Mrs. Contestant number 16.
Good evening. I'm your final contestant, contestant number 17. My name is Wendy Yeoman. I've been married to my husband for 15 years, Buzz Yeoman, and we live right here in Anchorage, Alaska.
Wasn't that fun? Plus, I love the creativity of the hats that they all came up with. The ladies are now preparing for the second phase of competition. The first phase of competition was the interview segment, which was held yesterday. Each woman met with a panel of 5 judges for a personal one-on-one interview. The one-on-one interview gave the judges an opportunity to visit with each contestant in order to learn more about them. I believe the ladies are now ready for the second phase of competition, which is the swimwear. But first, I would like to bring Serena Lee, our current reigning Mrs. Alaska America 2019, to showcase her national costume, the national costume she wore at Las Vegas, Nevada. This is always one of the favorites at the Mrs. America pageant because you get to see an insight to each girl, the very state that she comes from. Serena said this outfit was inspired by the home of Denali, the highest peak in North America, and where the midnight sun dances with the aurora borealis, lives in world-class Chinook king salmon, but the last frontier, our majestic queen salmon, rules. Wearable art garment was designed and constructed by a lifelong Alaskan friend and visual artist Tamara Harding, Childs of the Matsu Valley. We'll see a lot more of her later in the production. Thank you, Serena Lee. And now we will begin with the second portion of our competition, the swimsuit competition. First, we will begin at the top with contestant number 1, Melissa Barrett. Melissa lives right here in Anchorage and is the secretary for the Chief of Medical Staff at J. Bear's 673rd Medical Group. She enjoys camping all over Alaska during the summer months. She also likes playing board games, relaxing at home with her family, and not to mention wine and chocolate are her vices, shared with sunrise, sunsets, and making lifelong memories. This is contestant number 1, Mrs. Melissa Barrett. Please welcome contestant number 2, Sabrina Conrad. Sabrina lives in Wasilla and is an accountant, but most proud of being a hockey mom. Her ability to throw down baking sweet treats, CrossFit, and volunteering at any opportunity in her community. She says the beach is her happy place where she feels peace and calm and feels fulfilled watching her boys experience happiness and the memories they've been able to create as a family. Contestant number 2, Mrs. Sabrina Conrad. Please welcome contestant number 3, Lee Jean Corbett. Leah Jean is from North Pole, Alaska. She is an amazing cook, and she enjoys traveling together with her family, sharing ideas and special projects, and working together as a team. She says working hard, motivating others, and sharing her insight on how to bring passion in everything you do bring immense happiness and joy to her life. This is contestant number 3, Lee Jean Corbett. Well, I have been asked to slow my roll, so I'm going to go just a little bit slower. Please welcome contestant number 4, Corrine Epperson. Corrine lives in Anchorage and is a financial coordinator. She enjoys cooking, camping, yoga, and traveling together as a family. She says she has a passion of connecting with people from all walks in life and truly believes there is good in everyone. She says when you look through layers, you can see unique qualities, and she doesn't want to miss them. Contestant number 4, Mrs. Corrine Epperson. Please welcome contestant number 5, Brielle Frazier. Brielle is from Anchorage, and she enjoys yoga, cycling, working out, baking, and painting. She is also a yoga instructor, student, realtor, and educator at Lululemon Athletica. She is devoted to strengthening her community and bettering the lives of those around her through her words and her actions. This is contestant number 5, Brielle Frazier. Please welcome contestant number 6, Stormy Jensen. Stormy makes her home in Eagle River. She is the owner of Alaska Coffee Cafe. She is active with friends and family, going out in the community and meeting new people, and having fun through fellowships, sporting events, and local events. She and Anthony have 6 children, ages 1.5 to 10 years old. This is contestant number 6, Stormy Jensen. Please welcome contestant number 7, Jessica Johnson. Jessica lives in Wasilla with their blended family of 5 kids. Jessica is the owner of Northern Dreams Construction and shares many adventures with her family, volunteering, donating blood, mentoring, and coordinating charitable events. She says life is too short not to be happy and smile whenever you can. Do something you've never done and go places you've never been. Contestant number 7, Jessica Johnson. Please welcome contestant number 8, Hannah Lane. Hannah lives in Anchorage, where she is a marketing director at Upper One Studios. For fun, she likes to travel to new places, go to amusement parks, explore Alaska with Zach, or creating new recipes while watching a rom-com. Additionally, she enjoys raising money and making a difference for the American Cancer Society, making strides against breast cancer, and ACS Cancer Action Network. This is Mrs. Hannah Lane, contestant number 8. Please welcome Mrs. Melissa Liebner, contestant number 9. Melissa is from Anchorage, where she is a training coordinator and says they do family dinner every Sunday night with her in-laws. She tries raising and teaching her children to always be kind and do the very best they can, and never judge a book by its cover. Always reach out to someone in help who needs greater than you do. Live your life, exclamation point, she says. This is Mrs. Melissa Liebner, contestant number 9. Next, we have Mrs. Caitlin McClellan, contestant number 10. She lives in Anchorage, where she is a social worker with a background working with vulnerable children, youth, and adults. She has served on the Anchorage Coalition to End Homelessness and is a certified chemical dependency counselor who is engaged in multiple other associations and coalitions focused on enacting social change. She has 2 children, Carter and Emmy. This is Mrs. Caitlin McClellan, your contestant number 10. Please welcome Mrs. Deborah Morton, contestant number 11. Deb lives in Eagle River, where she is a program training coordinator and supervisor too, with the recruiting, placement, mentoring, and job skills section of the Alaska Military Youth Academy for the last 14 years. She loves volunteering in the community and training others in youth, mental health, first aid, crisis intervention, and she loves cooking with her husband and kids and enjoys checking off new adventures from her bucket list. Mrs. Deborah Morton, contestant number 11. Please welcome Mrs. Christian Mulkey, contestant number 12. Christian makes her home in Wasilla, where she is the owner and CEO of the Alaska Essential Life Commercial Cleaning Services, as well as active cheerleader of champions in her position as full-time mom. She says dinner together every night is her favorite time of day, and she enjoys working with nonprofits and utilizing social media through events to raise awareness about the needs of Alaska cancer patients. This is Mrs. Christian Mulkey, your contestant number 12. Next, we have Mrs. Danielle Newcomb, contestant number 13. Danielle is from Anchorage, where she is an all-star cheer instructor at Alaska Athletics. She enjoys shopping, ladies' night out with amazing friends, working out, doing do-it-yourself projects, and enjoying family time watching TV shows, as well as playing video games with her husband. This is Danielle Newcomb, contestant number 13. Next, we have Mrs. Camby Pageant, contestant number 14. Camby comes to us from Wasilla, where she is the CEO of her household. She loves exploring the great outdoors, watching TV with popcorn and chocolate, and spending time with family. She loves community outreach and educating others about heart disease, not only spreading information about it being the #1 killer, but how to prevent it, live and support those around you, including potentially saving a life by learning CPR. This is Mrs. Camby Pageant, contestant number 14. Unfortunately, contestant number 15 could not be with us tonight, so we are moving forward with contestant number 16, Mrs. Karen Waldron. Karen is from Anchorage, where she is a full-time homemaker and hairstylist. She enjoys using her talents as hair and makeup artist to highlight unique features in her clients to lift their confidence as well as boost their self-esteem. She enjoys spending quality time with her family and friends, long hugs from her kids, and shopping with occasional escapades with chocolate. Sounds like my kind of girl. Mrs. Karen Waldron, contestant number 16. Please welcome our final contestant, Mrs. Wendy Yeoman, number 17. Wendy lives in Anchorage and is a hairstylist and owns and operates a small salon here locally. Her hobbies include interior design, camping, snowboarding, hiking, wake surfing, playing bunco, biking, book club, working out, fantasy football, and traveling. She is constantly experiencing new things, just like tonight, by participating in this pageant. This is Mrs. Wendy Yeoman, contestant number 17. And this concludes the second portion of our competition. Now, to give the ladies some time to change into their beautiful evening gowns, we have a special treat for you. As mentioned earlier, these women have many diverse interests. We are proud to embrace all that is Alaska. We have asked each one of these ladies to provide a glimpse of their life in Alaska in pictures so that you can gain a better appreciation, not only what they represent as individuals, but what Alaska's married women have to offer in all their glory. Please cast your eyes on the monitor as you see each individual with their showcase of lifestyle pictures. that fun? Now, I believe our ladies are ready. I'd like to ask Mrs. Alaska America, Serena Lee, to the podium to announce the Mrs. contestants as we begin the final portion of our competition in evening wear. Take it away.
Thank you. I'd like to welcome contestant number 1, Melissa Brent. Melissa and husband Joshua have been married 15 years and live in Anchorage. They met at a rock concert in Little Rock, Arkansas, where she is from. They traveled in Europe while stationed in Germany and now take German classes so they can experience Europe at a whole new level. Their future plans are to one day be FT RVers and travel across America sharing sunsets, wine, and chocolate. Not necessarily in that order. Thank you. Contestant number 1, Melissa Barrett. Contestant number 2, Sabrina Conrad. Sabrina and husband Timothy have been married 20 years and live in Wasilla. Her greatest joy is spent exploring the great outdoors with her family, and all summer long you will have found her with family and friends out on the lake or hiking through valleys, mountains, and streams. She believes we are an extension of God's hands and feet, and how we live every day should reflect what He has allowed us to experience, to bring Him glory. She is solid in her faith, and that we were created with a purpose to be a reflection of God's amazing love for everyone. That is our contestant number 2, Sabrina Conrad. Contestant number 3, Leah Jean Corbett. Leah Jean and her husband Warren have been married for 3.5 years and make their home in North Pole. She enjoys spending time with her loving husband and video calling family in the Philippines. She says, although she was born in poverty, through many struggles and obstacles, she has always been determined to better herself and her family in all that she does. She wants to motivate people and help them to always reach for their dreams, no matter how impossible they seem. Contestant number 3, Leah Jean Corbett. Contestant number 4, Corrine Epperson. Corrine and her husband, Chase, have been married 2 years and live in Anchorage. She loves spending quality time with family and friends, going on camping adventures during long summer nights, and throwing down in the kitchen, creating home-cooked meals. She loves to cook. Her treasured memories are watching her family grow and develop in all stages of their lives. This is your contestant, number 4, Corrine Epperson. Contestant number 5, Brielle Frazier. Brielle and her husband, Wyatt, have been married for 3 years and live in Anchorage. Brielle enjoys spending time with friends, riding bikes on the coastal trail, working out and trying new flavors of Wild Scoops ice cream parlet, and practicing yoga. What makes Brielle happy is good company, warm weather, long days, fried halibut, board games, and her cat, Chowder. Contestant number 5, Brielle Frazier.
Contestant number 6, Stormy Jensen. Stormy and her husband Anthony have been married 2 years, but together for 5 years. They make their home in Eagle River, the most important part of her family, raising their children together in God's country. She enjoys playing hockey with friends. She says they live and breathe the sport. Happiness to Stormy is hearing and seeing her husband and children laugh and spend times together. This is your contestant number 6, Stormy Jensen. Contestant number 7, Jessica Johnson. Jessica and her husband Ryan have been married 4 years and make their home in Wasilla. They met through a friend of her husband. He heard she was working on her 6-wheeler and needed help. So he hollered at this girl to hook up with her. She said it was love at first sight, that smile. She will never forget that one smile, how that one smile made her feel. Contestant number 7, Jessica Johnson. Contestant number 8, Hannah Lane. Hannah and her husband Zachary have been married 3 years and live in Anchorage. She said they met when she introduced herself to him at a friend's party 9 years ago. They love traveling to new places, share tight spaces on rides and amusement parks, and explore all the sexy spots Alaska has to offer. She loves creating new recipes in the kitchen and is an advocate for many community and charitable events throughout the state. Your contestant number 8, Hannah Lane. Contestant number 9, Melissa Liebner. Melissa and her husband Michael have been married 3 years and live in Anchorage. They met in high school as friends and were married 10 years later. They do family dinner every Sunday at his family's, and she says life is too short not to live your life. It might scare you, but it could end up being the greatest thing you ever do. When bad things happen, always look on the bright side and strive to stay positive. This is your contestant number 9, Melissa Liebner. Contestant number 10, Caitlin McClellan. Caitlin and her husband Jonathan have been married for 6 years together. She's been married for 6 years and have been together for 11 years. She enjoys learning as an avid listener to podcasts and reading. She also enjoys gardening and time with family, exploring various parks, skiing, fishing, and venturing to their family cabin at Crooked Lake. She also loves her work. Social work was a calling for her, not just a job. Her happiness from family, her faith, and most importantly, the betterment of others. Your contestant number 10, Caitlin Clellan. Contestant number 11, Deb Morton. Deb and her husband Jeff have been married 16 years and make their home in Eagle River. They met as a result of a college project about online dating in the 20th century by a blind date. What makes her happy is her husband and children's hugs and their contagious laughter. Her family's support and constant silliness is a close second. She enjoys seeing others succeed, watching their smiles and hearing them laugh, but ultimately helping others redefine their personal definition of success on a daily basis. Your contestant number 11, Deb Morton. Contestant number 12, Christian Mulkey. Christian and her husband Logan have been married 5 years and live in Wasilla. They met 23 years ago as kids. He was one of her brother's good-looking best friends and hockey teammates, and she was his friend's goofy little sister. They reconnected as adults, and he said, "Wow, you're not my friend's goofy little sister anymore." And she thought he was still really good looking. They've been together ever since. This is your contestant number 12, Christian Mulkey. Contestant number 13, Danielle Newcomb. Danielle and her husband John have been married 6 years and make their home in Anchorage. They met as high school sweethearts. She is an advocate for childhood cancer and provides information that helps families in need. She is an advocate for the nonprofit Alex Lemonade Stand, which provides funding for research possibilities through getting out in the community and hosting lemonade stands. As a cancer mom, this allows her to be humble and empathize with families that are going through cancer trials. Contestant number 13, Danielle Newcomb. Contestant number 14, Canby Pageant. Canby and her husband Chad have been married 27 years and live in Wasilla. They met senior year in high school. Canby loves educating people about heart disease. Not only spreading information that it's the #1 killer, but how to prevent, live, and support those around you, including how to potentially save someone by learning CPR. This is your contestant number 14, Canby Pageant. Contestant number 16, Karen Waldron. Karen and her husband Dennis have been married 7 years and make their home in Anchorage. They met freshman year of high school, but it wasn't until 9 years later that sparks flew between them. I know why, girlfriend. Girlfriend got hot. Karen has competed in 5 pageants and has made the honor of receiving the Friendship Award and winning the Miss Congeniality Award. She was proud to have been selected by her fellow contestants and is humbled at how pageants have developed her skills and have been given her a voice to share her passions with others. Contestant number 16, Karen Waldron. Contestant number 17, Wendy Yeoman. Wendy and her husband Buzz have been married 15 years and live in Anchorage. They met in high school in Kenai. They were both raised in Alaska with a strong work ethic and have worked hard for everything they have. One thing close to her heart is turning negative into positive through a rose-colored lens, regardless of life's circumstances. This is your contestant number 17, Wendy Yeoman.
Now this completes the final phase of our competition. So that the title holder panel of judges can deliberate, we will now excuse them to finalize their task. Thank you, judges. We know you have a difficult task in front of you. At this time, we will be taking a very brief intermission. to our very own Mrs. Alaska America 2019, Serena Lee, as we get ready to watch her farewell presentation on the podium. You at home can watch as well. Mrs. Alaska America 2019, Serena Lee.
It is with great honor and humility that I have had the tremendous privilege of representing this beautiful state and married women on a local and national level as your Mrs. Alaska America 2019. There has been no greater pleasure than to be able to share these experiences and make connections with so many wonderful Alaskans across the state. Having a voice as Mrs. Alaska has helped me reach more families and bring awareness to my platform, Protecting Children by Strengthening Families. My mission has been to break the cycle of children becoming a statistic. Families can be made in many different ways, and the most important part is being there for each other. I am the woman I am today because my stepdad, now in heaven, was there for me as a troubled teen. He never gave up on me and encouraged me to believe in myself. Ever since I was little, my dream was to have a big family, and he taught me what family truly meant. Raising 4 of my own children and taking in several teens in need into my home has taught me that children are precious and should be treated as such. When my youngest son became eligible for Head Start preschool, it changed the course of my life for the better. Seeing how CCS Early Learning, a nonprofit early education program, makes a difference in the lives of young children in our community, inspired me to be a part of something bigger than myself. I joined the team and helped children and their families who need it most. Being able to give back as Mrs. Alaska is the most rewarding and fulfilling feeling I have ever received. This year's experiences wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for those who believed in me and encouraged me along the way. I am forever in debt to the many businesses, friends, coworkers, neighbors, aunts, uncles, siblings, loved ones, and fellow pageant sisters who supported me this past year. Little did I know that my reign as Mrs. Alaska would be extended for 4 more months due to the tragic events of COVID-19. I now can understand more fully how important community and unity is as I see the effects this pandemic has made on the world. It takes great courage and strength to overcome adversity, and throughout history, Americans have shown resiliency. I know we can beat this and become strong again. This is not goodbye, but rather see you later. Signing off as Mrs. Alaska America 2019 with much love and gratitude.
Thank you, Serena Lee. What a great year she's had. One of the longest years she's had for our pageant community. To you, thank you so much. Now on to the awards ceremony. We have many special awards this evening. All of the ladies are indeed a special group of women. We wish to acknowledge their individual achievements within this program as well as their involvement in the community. Not all, but several have chosen to enter our special awards competitions. Remember, these special awards have been judged by a separate panel of judges. This gives us an opportunity to recognize and applaud their involvement in community as well as other activities. Again, these awards have no bearing on the outcome of the pageant. The 3 areas are judged to win titles: our interview, swimsuit, and the evening gown. So these special awards are to recognize our ladies in other areas of interest and contribution. Our Mrs. Alaska America Serena Lee will be assisting with passing out these awards. Our ladies will be individually coming to the stage when their name is called to receive their award and get their official photo taken. It seems like writing a thank you note is a lost art. We would like to recognize the contestant who took the time to write a beautiful thank you note to all of her sponsors. The winner of the Mrs. Best Thank You Letter goes to Mrs. Stormy Jensen. Congratulations, Stormy. An interesting factoid that I'd like to share with you is that many of our ladies you see before you are moms. Between all of them, they have a collective total of 42 children. Our winner for most children is Mrs. Stormy Jensen. Congratulations and for your contribution to mankind. Our next award goes to the best wedding photo. Our wedding photo winner is Brielle Frazier. You might as well go back because our next award is for photogenic, and our Alaska photogenic winner is Brielle Frazier. At this time, we would like to honor the contestant who has been married the longest. One of the things I really admire and respect is a marriage with longevity. One of the things that I take away is that marriage has been through a thing or two for a while. I would like to say congratulations to Camby Pageant and her husband Chad, who have endured and stuck together for almost 3 decades. Having met as a senior in high school, that's a long time of growth, maturity, forgiveness, and stamina. Congratulations, Camby. Now, I know we all enjoyed our opening introduction where the ladies wore their Kentucky Derby hats, and we are giving an Alaska Top Model Award for this. Our special award judges have selected the following contestant for Alaska's Top Model, and she is Mrs. Melissa Barrett. Our next award goes to Alaska's Most Spirited winner. This is an award that is voted on by the pageant staff. Our Most Spirited winner is Leah Jean Corbett. Our next award is Miss Congeniality. This is voted on by the contestants. She has exhibited the most overall sportsmanship and camaraderie with all of the ladies. Our Mrs. Congeniality winner is Mrs. Camby Pageant. Our next award is the Alaska Friendship title, voted on by pageant staff. In other words, it's the staff's choice for Mrs. Congeniality. You might as well come back up, Canby Pageant. You're our Mrs. Friendship. Not only are our contestants committed to family, they love Alaska and their communities. We wish to recognize this dedication in looking through the list of their involvement. Our special awards judges were astonished that it added up to thousands of hours, and they want to acknowledge our overall volunteer service award, which is Mrs. Hannah Lane. It used to be back in the old days, they would all be on stage. Congratulations, Hannah. Now, several women have been extremely successful in business and have submitted business essays. Based on these essays, our special award judges have chosen the Mrs. Alaska Businesswoman of the Year. I want to bring out Mrs. Deb Morton. Again, our 2020 Mrs. Alaska Businesswoman of the Year, Deb Morton. Now, all of the contestants have spent a lot of time with each other over the past few weeks. Our next award is the Contestants' Choice Award. In other words, who they would select as tonight's title holder if they were a judge. Based on their own personal experience with the ladies, they have selected the Mrs. Alaska America Contestants' Choice, Melissa Liebner. Here she comes, Mrs. Melissa Liebner, our Mrs. Alaska America Contestants' Choice. And where would pageantry be without women and great smiles? These ladies have been practicing their smiles all week. I'm sure their cheeks are totally quivering at this point. And additionally, some of the smiles are just a little bit whiter and brighter due to our amazing sponsor, Alaska Premier Dental. They have provided a gift of teeth whitening to each and every one of our ladies, and we want to thank them so much for this contribution. With that being said, the contestant with the best smile goes to Melissa Barrett. Congratulations, Melissa. I hope you all get a chance to receive a copy of our beautiful commemorative program book. It is through the support of our sponsors and our advertisers that we can make this Alaska's premier pageant for married women. As you flip through our program book, it is loaded with sponsors not only for the program, but each and every individual woman represented here tonight. Our ladies have done a great job in sharing the good news about the pageant by selling advertising for our fabulous program book. For outstanding ad sales, the title of Mrs. Alaska Ambassador goes to Mrs. Hannah Lane. Congratulations, Hannah. She will be very involved in the upcoming year with charities and events that the program supports. Many of you have gone online to our website and voted for the Fabulous Face contest. These ladies will be part of the many activities and charitable functions we help with throughout the year. They also will be featured in our 2020 program book with a cover girl page as our Fabulous Face winner. The winner of our Mrs. 2020 Fabulous Face Award goes to Mrs. Wendy Yeoman. Y'all don't know out there in the real world, these ladies are all lined up, social distancing. They are coming to the stage as fast as they can. So we just want to congratulate you, Wendy. Great job. Before we get to the naming of our 2020 Court of Queens, it is important for you to know that the women who stand before you are so much more than beautiful, accomplished women. Any one of these ladies could wear the crown, but one individual woman will be chosen. It is important for our director, my mother, Rita Corwin, and I to share with you that this pageant is much more than just a once-a-year event. It is our hearts, our labor of love that we take very seriously. After tonight, we will continue to not only work with our new title holders in preparing them for the national competition, we will continue to be a part of all of our ladies' lives. We have formed a true sisterhood. I know for all of you during COVID, you will remember this pageant for years and years to come, because we finally did it. We finally had our moment of arrival and we made it happen. So congratulations to assist us, a bond that can never be broken. In reading through each and every one of the ladies' applications and judges' informational questionnaires, 2 ladies stood out who deserve special recognition. However, only one could be crowned the Mrs. Alaska Woman of Achievement Award. This is that individual. Our Mrs. Woman of Achievement is constantly involved in activities within our community. She supports the military, law enforcement, and mentoring youth. She has over 3,000 hours of community service within Anchorage, Eagle River, and Mat-Su communities. She has received 3 Presidential Service Awards in the last 5 years, and several letters of appreciation from families as well as state government officials just for her work with youth. As a supporter of our local law enforcement, first responders, and military, she has organized several events supporting state and local police officers, dispatchers, and firefighters. At the Military Youth Academy, she works to ensure that cadets understand what it means to give back to their community and help them find activities to become involved in. You know, the Alaska Youth Military Academy needs her. We have a great opportunity to redirect our kids and get them back on the right path. Sometimes it takes that one individual that can reach them. And right now, in this day and world, I can't tip my hat high enough or hard enough for somebody that loves our kids. Her list of community organizations and charities is far too long to mention, but I'd like to share and I'd like to welcome your Mrs. Woman of Achievement, Miss Deb Morton. as she regains her composure and comes to the stage, I just want you to consider most of us gals here are not just married, but mamas. And so it's with that I just wish we could all hug and embrace her for taking care of our own when they're not with us. We can trust her. This is Mrs. Woman of Achievement, Deb Morton. Are you ready? Or are we ready? We are at the bottom of the ninth, all bases are loaded, and we are ready for our home run. You know, this is always a very joyous time, but it's also a sad time. All of our contestants have earned their right to be right here on this stage, and they have been an amazing group of women who we've been very proud to work with. But as we know, this is a competition. And remember, we will be crowning 2 lucky ladies tonight, our Mrs. Alaska America and our new division, Mrs. Alaska American. So we are going to get ready with our 3rd runner-up. I have a question. Just for confirmation, I'm going to take a very brief pause. Give me just a second because I want to make sure I get this right. I'm not about to do a Steve Harvey. Our 3rd runner-up to the Mrs. Alaska America pageant is Karen Waldron. And she's coming all the way from the back of the house. And she's not running, but she's quickly stepping. Congratulations to our 3rd runner-up, Mrs. Karen Waldron. And now for our 2nd runner-up to the Mrs. Alaska American program. She is Mrs. Caitlin McClelland. She also is coming from the back of the house, not running, but scooting as fast as she can to make it to the stage. Congratulations, Mrs. Caitlin McClelland, our 2nd runner-up. If for any reason our Mrs. Alaska America or Mrs. Alaska American is unable to fulfill their responsibilities during the year or win the national competition, our 1st runner-up will take on that position. Now I'd like to introduce our 1st runner-up to the Mrs. Alaska America pageant, and she is Wendy Yeoman. She also is coming from the back of the house on her way up to the stage. Isn't this crazy? We can't just be on the stage together. Congratulations, Mrs. Wendy Yeoman, our 1st runner-up. And now, for the first time ever, we are going to present you with our Mrs. Alaska American 2020. She's Brielle Frazier. Congratulations, Brielle. She will be competing in her own pageant in Las Vegas, Nevada, along with our next crowned winner. Are you guys ready? We are ready to announce our new 2020 Mrs. Alaska America. Drum roll, please. Our producer's almost there. I know you're tapping at home. Tap, 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 tap. She is Miss Christian Mulkey, all the way from Wasilla, Alaska. Your new Mrs. Alaska America. She is on her way up stage. She's wiping her eyes. She's so excited. And we embrace our sister girl that has just made the new title of our 2020 Mrs. Alaska America, Christian Mulkey. Mama's in the back just screaming. Again, I want to thank you all for coming. Please join me in thanking all of our contestants this year and wishing our new title holders good luck during the national competitions in Las Vegas in August. Be safe, have fun, and God bless. See you next year.